Hey, everyone. We've been doing this show for about 5 episodes now, and I keep having a lot of conversations about how we're making fun of Christians, and we really shouldn't be doing that. I've actually had people say that they feel persecuted by what we're doing. Now, if you remember last week, we talked about Pastor Stephen Anderson, who basically was saying that Christians are not as persecuted as they would like to believe they are. But that's weird because every Christian I talk to continues to talk about how what we do on this show and what atheists do in general feels like persecution to them. And they actually go as far as to compare what is happening to them today in 2021 to what we experienced in the past with American race relationships, or even the typical thing where they throw out, we're being persecuted just like the Nazis. I don't want to keep telling everybody this, but that's not what we're doing here. Yes, we're pointing out what we find ridiculous about your beliefs. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. You have that right. And that's the difference between this persecution, is that if you don't like what we're saying, you can turn us off. You're not experiencing persecution for me cracking some jokes. Even if you don't like the jokes, you are not going through the same thing that people of color experienced in the 50s and 60s and before that, let alone even before when they were in the times of slavery. It's not the same. Jimmy, I don't mean to start off on a serious note. Do you have anything to add to this?
Trent, I'm glad that you asked. Right now, I'm wearing orange. And because here in Canada is July 1st. Normally, we celebrate Canada Day. And it's a big celebration. It's like your 4th of July. But today, as with most Canadians, we're in mourning. We're in mourning because over 1,500 kids' bodies have been discovered in residential schools. Over 1,500 bodies. This number is growing by the thousands. So only 7 schools, and we have 132 more to go, run by these religious organizations set up by our country that committed genocide on a race of people. Our country committed genocide. Everyone's heart is breaking. I don't know how to deal with this knowledge. This happened in my lifetime. This only stopped up to 1996. From the 1870s to 1996, our Canadian government mandated to steal children from their families and put them in these horror homes. My friend's grandfather, who came back from World War II, was in tears because he was a bell repairman, and he would go to these schools, and these children wouldn't have shoes. How dare you? How dare you compare racism that has killed these innocent people, killed, persecuted for generations, has decimated families? How dare you compare it to us mocking your beliefs, or any of us having a problem and seeing your ideology as being dangerous? How dare you?
Well said. Are you feeling better now?
No, but they need to understand.
Exactly.
They need to understand there's a distinct. Racism is real. Racism is hurting, and it kills people. And we need to change, and we need to listen.
And seriously, if you honestly think us cracking dick jokes on YouTube once a week is the same thing as what we just described to you, I think you really need to reevaluate your understanding of what happened in history. This is Faith Not Included. It is the show that we talk about your crazy religious claims and conspiracy theories. I'm your host, Skids the Clown, and with me, as usual, is our friend, Producer Wes. Yeah, I know. We started the show a little dark, a little serious. I promise we won't do that very often. It's a day that needs to be brought up. It's something that we don't want to ignore what's going on in Canada right now with these schools. There's so many kids, so we've got to bring it up. And as we've already seen, I want to bring on not our special guest, but our co-host for the evening, the Dr. Reverend Lawyer Esquire Jimmy Lou. Did I get any of that right?
You can call me anything you want, Trent. Co-host.
I know.
Co-host. I'm a co-host.
You got credits in the intro and everything.
Yes. Fuck you, Dad. I told you I'd make it one day. I did it.
Yes. You made it. You are the co-host of some mediocre, poorly run YouTube show run by a middle-aged, whatever the heck clown I am. So you can give yourself a hand. So with that, maybe we should discuss some headlines this week.
Oh.
Jimmy, guess what? To make us feel better.
Yes, go ahead.
Don't get distracted.
That's just such a bumping beat. I love that. Like,
I'm going to keep the good news rolling because I've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
Yes.
Tonight, for the first time on Faith Not Included, we get to bring Pat Robertson in for our lead story.
Oh, the fucking champ. The champ is here. Story.
Now,
the champ is here.
Now, we all know who Pat Robertson is. He's the long time host of the 700 Club. So, for the first story that Pat Robertson is involved in, I'm going to hope that he really knocks it out of the park. You know, got to bring his A game right away. So let's see what Pat Robertson has to say.
I have faith.
Pat Robertson says critical race theory is a monstrous evil.
Oh, congratulations!
Way to go,
Robertson! You're a dumb fuck.
Patty Robs is right on game. Right off the bat, he brings his A game. I'm thrilled. Way to go. We expect great things from Pat.
He absolutely does. And yet, another white guy telling us his opinion. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, I got it. It's really goddamn simple, kids. If you're not being marginalized, then talk to people that are. And please, let's talk to some fucking people who know what they're talking about. Please.
That's a great idea. Let's bring on somebody who would be able to help us out with this. Joining us for headlines.
Hello, Bryce. Our friend Bryce.
Bryce is right. How you doing tonight, Bryce? Doing good. You're slumming it tonight. You know, you're joining this show. So
shut your mouth, cool. Trent. He's a wonderful person. You don't talk to him like that, Trent. You have some goddamn respect, Trent. That's Bryce.
Hey, calm down. Bryce. We got to get to our story.
I had to see that. It's just I don't like it when he disrespects you. You deserve better. I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
All right. Let's take a look at what Pat Robertson has to say about our story.
Is it that the people of color have been oppressed by the white people, And the white people begin to be racist by the time they're 2 or 3 months old. And therefore, the people of color have to rise up and overtake their oppressors, and then, having gotten the whip handle, if I can use that term, then to instruct their white neighbors how to behave. Now that's critical race theory, and it sets people against one group against another. It is totally divisive, and as has been said, this is the way the communists take over. They try to destroy the children. It is a monstrous evil. And you hear it sounds like, oh, critical race theory, that's okay. No, it's not. It doesn't want to have your children in the 3rd grade indoctrinated into a hate group so that he'll wind up hating people or hating himself. And so the white people are supposed to feel guilty, and they're supposed to have white guilt. And the people of color are supposed to cleanse them of that guilt by taking over. It is a monstrous evil.
Oh, where to start with that one?
Can I just say something? The only white guilt I have right now is that I'm in any way, we have anything to do with this fuckhead.
Yeah.
Like, just part of the human race. He
Feel
should be
guilty
out
that,
on the
that
moon.
we don't claim him.
No,
So,
we don't
Bryce,
claim. I don't claim him.
Is what Pat Robertson say actually representative of what critical race theory is?
No. And let me, you open that by saying that, Pat Robertson thinks that critical race theory is a monstrous evil. I think Pat Robertson is a monstrous evil. So I'll just get that out of the way right in the beginning. And then something else I noticed that you said, one of you said it earlier, was that, white people shouldn't really be offering their opinion on this sort of thing. And I actually disagree with that. I welcome the opinion of everybody, including white people, as long as it's an informed opinion, which his is clearly not.
Right. Clearly not.
Clearly not. But yeah. So almost everything he said was wrong in my estimation. And, when you invited me on here, I suspected that it had to do with all of the discussion in the news and media about these different places trying to ban the teaching of critical race theory. Mm-hmm. And I just Googled critical race theory to see what the first story would come up. And it was a Newsweek article that says Florida has become the latest U.S. state to ban the teaching of critical race theory, which examines the ways that race intersect with politics, culture, and law. And so that was kind of Newsweek's definition of critical race theory, which is lacking, but it's certainly more correct than anything that Pat Robertson described. So if you would like...
Yeah. That's a good point. Can I get you to kind of give us a little bit more about what exactly is critical race theory and how it actually is being applied in the correct way?
Sure. So my definition of critical race theory, and this is what it actually is, but just in my own words, I would call it an academic study of culture, cultures which incorporate the social construct of race into their society, which is almost all of them. So it's a study of cultures like that, as well as the history of that society, the laws, the political climate, the economic status of different demographics, discriminatory practices, and any racial disparities that exist in that society. And it seeks to educate upon why these conditions exist and how they can be addressed. So in our case, in the case of American history or Canadian history, what we're talking about when we're saying critical race theory, we're talking about the teaching of history. The teaching of history and the impact that historical precedents have had on affected subcultures in the United States and around the world, namely people of color, specifically Black people, or in the case of Canada right now, the Indigenous people who, have been brutalized.
Can I give the cliff notes? So basically they want to teach history.
Yeah.
They want to teach history, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, the truth.
Exactly.
So, which
And
is scary for a lot of people because they don't want to hear. It's like Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson in that movie. You can't handle the truth. You know,
Yeah.
that's what these people.
We have to handle the truth. That's the
Exactly.
problem. Whether we can or cannot handle it, we have to.
We can handle it. That's the point.
We're
that
big people. We're grown-ups.
If you can actually look back, and instead of denying what happened, if you can actually look back and say, this happened, this had a negative effect on an entire culture of people, then you can move forward. If you ignore it, then it is meaningless.
You know, there's two kinds of people who are anti-critical race theory instruction. In my opinion, they fall into two categories. One, ignorant. Two, white supremacists. You are necessarily one of these two things if you are against the teaching of critical race theory, because there's no other reason to be against it if you actually know what it means. Systemic racism exists. It has always existed in this country. Institutionalized racist policies, stop and frisk laws, the 1994 crime bill, modern voter suppression laws, disproportionate prison sentences for people of color, you know, hiring practices, housing discrimination. These are, not to mention the long-term effects of prior discriminatory practices, slavery, Jim Crow laws, redlining. I mean, these things had a real world, long-term, generational impact of people of color, especially Black people and brown people and indigenous people. So, you know, what Pat Robertson is talking about, he doesn't know what he's talking about, or he knows that what he's talking about is bullshit and he's intentionally misleading people. It's critical race theory is not talking about teaching babies that white people are evil, or teaching children to have white guilt, or that, you know, it's not about indoctrinating them to be racist as a child. He's completely missing the point on purpose.
And
yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, and this is where we come in, and we're our intro. And when people come and they complain about how offensive we are, this is our goddamn job to point out this bullshit. This fucking mentality is stupid, and they need to be called out for this shit. They need to be mocked. This is ridiculous. Does he not have like a punchable face? He looks like a microwave turnip. I can't figure if it's a turnip or a potato, but he's not a nice person. He's not a nice person.
He looks like he stared at the Ark of the Covenant from Indiana Jones.
Yes, call back to last week.
Yeah, but a really long time to melt his face. It's not like the quick ones.
Yeah, that's true.
Bryce, thank you so much for coming on. I think
thank you, Bryce.
Great job.
Thank you, our friend Bryce.
Do you have anything you'd like to leave our audience with?
I would just leave them with, you know, if you don't know what something is and you hear people talking about it, whether it's politicians or religious people, and they're talking about it in kind of a scary way, be skeptical of that and find out through other means what it is that they're talking about. At least get a second or third opinion from someone who is not biased, so that you can actually educate yourself on the subject matter and not just be brainwashed by charlatans, you know? And I suspect that Pat Robertson, like I said, if I were to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he was just ignorant, you know, when he talks about children learning to believe that they should be racist as a child, he may just be confused. He may have heard that, you know, teaching that critical race theory teaches children about the concept of implicit bias, to where they start developing stereotypes based on what's imparted onto them by society. Maybe he got that confused, but it's not about teaching children to be racist. It's not about teaching children to hate themselves. He doesn't know what he's talking about, or he knows what he's talking about and he's trying to manipulate people. Yeah. Critical race theory is about ending the practices and behaviors of racism that keep people marginalized. It's not about dividing people. That's what racism is about.
That's right.
Well said. So again, thank you so much. You did a great job of smartening up this show for the last 5 minutes. So
appreciate you having me. Anytime.
We'll see you around.
You're the best. He's a great guy. He's just a wonderful person. I'm really glad that we had him on. Why don't we have more people on like him? He's a very nice person. I like him.
we will definitely have Bryce on again. But in the meantime, again, we've started out pretty somber on the show.
Oh
maybe
God! Do
our
you have any
next-
farts loaded in or something?
Well, I have something that is probably the most comparable to a fart in a human form.
yes,
That would be Mike Lindell promises
Yes!
Donald Trump will be in office by this fall. For real this time. No backsies.
I'm going to get the president in. I'm going to get him. He's going to let me touch his pillows. And don't you fucking take my chance away to touch Mr. President's pillows.
Oh, it's June. Actually, it's July. We're
he's got
6
4
months into 2021.
Fuck,
And
Mike's going to
this
make it
is-
rain down, Trump.
This
Trump
is
rain.
the claim that just won't go away.
Oh,
Mike
God.
Lindell. I have a video of him talking. Shall we watch this?
Oh, God, why are you going to do this to our audience?
No, it's
Why?
for this educational purposes.
Okay, only if I get to bitch and moan through it.
Yes, the whole time.
You
look
promise?
At the crowd, Look at
Oh.
the crowd of the
People say,
people.
well, Mike, why haven't you brought it there yet? Because we've been living in the twilight zone. Every time you have something real,
That's
they're going, we're not going to look at it.
Or
the
you don't
Trumpers
have
go, "We're not gonna
real
look at it,"
evidence.
Or legislatures. But you see, that's all changing now. You got the brave people in
He looks like
Arizona,
Paul Bearer.
Maricopa County,
He does.
Doesn't he?
Georgia. You got
He
brave
just
Pennsylvania.
chin
Bear.
pushed up and he got the urn.
I can't do. I
And
can't
I
do
want
a
to tell you
Percy.
something.
But
If
he
you
does.
didn't
He's.
have the
Oh my
packet
God, he's the worst.
captures, there's another way to find all the evidence. You do full audits with the machines and the routers. And
Oh, why
and you
did
can
they
get
do
the-
that?
I don't know.
Everything they're
The
gonna find.
routers,
And every
they've
single-
all been
the
investigated.
routers
Which, by
and
way,
the
another
internet
place is another-
and
I've
the
had
crashing
machines for quite
of
a while.
the
That was a
safe
little
walls.
joke
Oh,
on them.
hold on.
Walls.
And,
This is his idea.
All this is just going to validate what we already have.
It's gonna
so
validate
here's
it.
what I'm going to do. I know I got about
Here's what he's
a
gonna
couple
do.
minutes here to tell you this. What
Okay.
I'm going to do
Couple minutes.
to get this to the world. It's
Okay.
called a cyber symposium. Okay.
Cyber
And
symposium.
what
Oh,
it
it's
is I'm gonna,
where he
I'm
can
gonna
charge
have a venue
tickets
at the end of
and make
July.
money off of you.
It's your job, everybody, to get the word out to the world. We're gonna every cyber
And
guy
sell
that
more
has
tickets.
credentials. They're called CISSP credentials. They're gonna be
Chris
there. Let's say
credentials.
I got 200 of them from around
You
the
heard it.
country. I can be Democrats. It doesn't matter. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, this machine thing should it was attacked. They're going to be there. Then we're bringing all the media. Maybe even Fox will show up. What a concept.
Oh,
And then we're going to bring in all senators, governors, even the
he
corrupt
talking
ones
about?
by camp.
He's
But
not
honestly-
getting to the point of where this does
Secretary of
anything.
State and every single government official that wants to be there, because when we show them these packet captures, we're going to just give them out to all them cyber guys so they can have
Oh, the cyber guys.
How many votes for
Just
here
did
in
that.
Tampa? Here you go.
You have the evidence and you
So
just
there you
don't
have it. It's going to be a
use it?
worldwide event. Millions are going to see it, and those
With
Supreme
tickets
Court justices
and
will look at it
t-shirts.
then,
Oh,
and
I
they're
love
gonna
this
find
script.
zero
I love this
that
script. This is
country
just
was
so
attacked.
awesome.
The
in
election's
more
gonna come
movies
down.
and
Donald
everyone
Trump will
here.
be
Look
in
at this.
office
Oh,
by
they're
this
standing
fall.
up.
Oh,
It's a
and look at
standing
that.
ovation.
Not a
Sure.
goddamn mask in sight. Oh, kudos. Kudos, Mike Lindell, you stupid cunt. Kudos. God,
Mike
it's
Lindell.
just like, it's like the worst like sci-fi action movie. We're gonna process the things and then we'll get the cyber hacks and we'll break it out and oh my God, I don't even understand the fuck he said.
This
Nothing.
is the greatest grift of all time. Well, not Christianity. Well, all religions.
Well, yeah, Christianity is the greatest.
But this is a close second.
Yeah, it's right
Um,
up there.
Because basically what he's doing to this feverish crowd is holding this carrot on a stick in front of him. I've got all the evidence. I've had it, and I'm going to give it to the world if you join my online symposium.
That's all you got to do. And
For,
you
for
know
the
what the password
low
will be?
cost of $99.99, you can come pay me money. I mean, watch me expose the truth.
Yeah. You know how, okay, folks, it's real easy. It's real easy. you want to know if someone's conning you or not, is wait for them to ask for money. As soon as there's a money, ding, 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 ding.
There it is.
There it is. There's the con. We've all been conned. We've all fallen for stupid shit. Me, I've fallen for it all the time. And Trent, he's a stupid fuck. So I don't even need to ask him. But we learn, right, Trent? We learn from our mistakes. These goddamn idiots, how many fucking times do they get lied to? And this grift just keeps getting pushed further and further and further. And it's always just like goalposts always first. And they just keep sending more and more money. Yeah.
I long for the days when the only thing Mike Lindell was known for was selling overpriced lumpy pillows.
He loves his pillows. Oh, my name's not on Skids.
Dude, you have to fix it. I can't fix your name. Here, hold on.
That's my fault.
We'll make it even. So we'll go here. Look at this, and voila! Now we both don't have names.
Yeah, well, they know that I'm the Reverend Brother Heathen.
Yeah,
and they know that you're Trent, but they also know that you are Skids.
Exactly.
Yes.
So with that.
Your boiling, red-hot earth rain down upon the invading demons who dared bring death to terror. Hear us, O God of the fire mountain. Pour forth thy red-hot earth, prominent fire. Drown fire, drown fire, drown them, drown them, drown them, drown them, fire, drown them, fire, drown them, drown them.
Well done, Wes. Well done.
Well done, Wes. How is he doing these days? How you doing, Wes? You doing all right these days, pal?
Yeah, I agree.
You guys know I don't understand a fuck thing he says, right? You know that, right? Nothing is making sense when he says that.
That's not nice to say. I mean, yes, the poor man has a speech impediment, but you don't, point it out on a live show. Have a little.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. You just do this all. This is not nice.
Let's move on to our next story.
All right.
Church-sponsored youth summer camp leads to a huge COVID outbreak. I'm sorry. I must have pulled up a story from 2020. Oh, wait. No, this is from June of 21. This is still a thing. Let's put on our shock face that a Christian church that sponsored a youth camp used it as a COVID spreading event. A summer camp that took place in Western Illinois earlier this month was the site of a massive COVID outbreak that led to over 85 teens and adult staffers testing positive and leaving at least one person hospitalized. The camp organizers did not require people to be vaccinated to attend.
What a surprise!
You know what else wasn't a surprise?
What? Tell me, Trent.
Take a guess. Guess anything.
Let me guess. They don't think it's real.
Well, the other obvious thing.
Oh, they were passing around snot rags and they were sharing it just to test the Lord.
You're not even close. No, what they also did not require was anybody wearing a face mask at any point.
Oh no, that's of the devil.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Of the devil. Hey, can I ask you something, Trent?
Sure.
Are you sure this is real? Okay, so since they've taken prayer out of school, God isn't in schools anymore. So what's God's problem now? He should have a lot of extra free time and be hanging out at camps, protecting his chosen people. So what the fuck is up, God?
Well,
what's up, God?
That according to this camp's website, the priority is to provide an opportunity to encounter Jesus.
Oh, they're going to encounter Jesus, all right.
So yeah, I guess maybe getting COVID is a slightly faster way to do so.
Do you think they're trying to?
That was mean, by the way.
But do you think the church is actually trying to kill them? Like,
I
you
don't
want a
know.
quick way to Jesus, kids? Let's go.
Think of it this way. Honestly, these churches say that because they are bathed in the blood of Christ, that they're immune. This story just absolutely does a brilliant job of proving just how wrong this point of view is. This is a church-run camp. It specifically advertises that this is an encounter with Jesus. If anybody should have been immune to an outbreak, if God was really there protecting them, this would have been their opportunity to prove it. And they failed spectacularly.
Yep. Don't listen to religious people, religious leaders. Just another example.
Listen to us. We're much smarter and better looking and funnier.
Brains. Big, beautiful brains.
Not as big as Bryce's, but we do.
We're not going to compare sizes with Bryce. I ain't doing that. No,
that's my cue for the next story. One just for you, Jimmy.
Oh, another Catholic story. Trent,
it's better.
What the fuck? Why
Catholic
is this happening?
priest resigns after praising the good done at residential schools.
What? Say that again. What? What did he say? What the fucking asshole say?
Twice in the past month, we've heard about the discovery of hundreds of unmarked graves at the sites of 2 former residential schools in Canada.
Yes.
These are often Catholic-run schools designed to replace Indigenous values, beliefs, and understandings of the world with those of the more Christian European belief systems. It's basically a way to convert students to Christianity. So,
what did he say?
Yeah.
What did he say, Trent?
Well,
what did he say?
This is what he said. In response to all of the negative propaganda, according to him, but all the negative publicity that's come out about the churches with the discovery of these mass graves, our pastor said that they're doing a bad job of actually portraying the church, and that we should really think of all the good that
fuck! What the fuck? Why would he say that? Why would he say that? Why would he say?
Are you feeling better? Can we get through this?
Oh God! What? Why is he like that? What is wrong with him?
Well, he posted this on Twitter and immediately and well-deservingly received some kind of slack for his comments. So,
oh dear Jesus! Oh dear Jesus!
Yeah, big surprise there. Let's all put on our shock face for a moment.
Oh my God!
Which it was significant enough that he decided that he was going to resign from the church.
Good. Fuck off. Get the fuck out. You fucking dick. How the fuck? Who says something like that? Who says shit like that?
And on that happy note, I think it's time to end the headlines. Do you have anything else that you would like to add before we move on?
Yes, I would like to cordially say, fuck you!
A long time after God had created the world and made man and all the animals and birds, he noticed that people were no longer kind to each other and that they didn't obey God anymore. So he was angry.
My titty, instead of helping old men across the street, kicking them in the nuts. Thanks, little bastards.
You humans suck, and you're gonna pay for this.
Thank you, Wes, for setting such a perfect mood for our next discussion on Noah's Ark.
He's got skills.
He
I'm
does.
glad that we have him now before he gets to the big time. Like
Yeah,
he can always talk
exactly.
about, forget our names and the show and everything, but we could talk about how we knew Wes.
Yeah, before he got famous, he used to call us friends, but
That's right.
we're getting ahead of ourselves. So,
Mhm.
as we were saying last time, I
Yes.
wanted to talk about Noah's Ark and talk about animals because that's the best part of the animals are getting on the ark, and I had puppets and everything like that. But no, so we had to go back and talk about everything that people had done that was wicked. So this week, I'm hoping we get to talk about animals, but you said you want to know more about Noah. Is that right,
Yeah.
Jimmy?
Well, if you're going to tell the story right, Trent, then you need to start like with the key players, and who more key player than Noah. So you're going to start with please, like you said that we're going to learn about Noah today. So
That's the thing. There's not a lot to know. If we
okay,
look at Genesis chapter 5, we
okay,
basically get kind of a little bit of a lineage. So we
Okay.
know that Noah was the son of Lamech, and Lamech lived to be 182 years.
okay,
Now, Noah's name is based off of what Lamech had said, that he, according to the Bible, he will comfort us in the labor and painful toil of our hands caused by the ground the Lord has cursed. That's what Noah's name means.
Oh, yeah, it's right there. It tells you everything you need to know. Noah was a male prostitute. He was giving comfort to the men working the soil with their tough,
No.
leathery hands. Working the
No,
soil,
I don't
giving them
think-
comfort.
I don't think
Comfort.
that's what that means. No. Hold on. That I apologize. That was from the NIV Bible. Let's go
Okay.
to here's the King James version.
Okay.
All right. The King James said,
Uh-huh.
he named him Noah, for he brings comfort to us while in labor and painful toil.
Oh,
As our hands
see, male
become-
prostitute. Comfort and painful.
No.
Painful toil.
I'm doing this. I'm
Well,
sorry. Hold on. Let me switch. We're going the New Living Translation.
Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
His name is Noah, for
Yes.
this one will comfort us concerning our work and the toil of our hands, because
See,
the ground.
he's toiling with his hands. Male prostitute.
So
He's a male
anyway,
prostitute.
moving on.
In my head, he's a male prostitute, and you can't change that.
Lamech fathered Noah at the age, according to the New Living Translation, he was 182 years old when he fathered Noah. And Lamech himself lived 595 years, and he had other sons and daughters. So Noah did have some brothers and sisters.
Okay.
But we know nothing more about them, because basically after that, we go into the story of Noah, and we know what happens with that.
Well, after he gave up his work as a male prostitute, God called
yes.
on him, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. So
according to the Bible, though, at this point, Noah himself was 500 years old.
What?
And he had three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Japheth. So
Get
if he was a
back.
male prostitute at 500 years old,
Yeah,
dude,
well, he's got a lot of
serious
years
props.
there. Yeah, serious. He's got game.
Yeah,
Game.
exactly.
500 years pimping. Never mind. That guy had cash.
But the only other thing we know about Noah is that he was favored by God and that he walked with the Lord.
Huh.
We
I
don't
wonder-
know what that means. I mean, was he trying to help the world by talking people down from their violent ways and everything like that? I'm really confused. I wish we had some more information about what Noah's life was like. If only there was some way we could deep dive back in history and find out more. I wonder what a conversation with Noah would be like. What that would be like. And where do you think you're going at this time of night?
None of your damn business, woman. Leave me alone.
You'd better not be hanging out with that God fellow again. He's bad news.
Shut up, Noah's wife.
Don't call me that. You know I hate it when you call me that. I have a name, you know.
No one cares about what your name is, Noah's wife. And you know why? Because you ain't got one of these. And that's all God cares about. If you don't got a hunk of rope swinging, God don't give a shit about you. And you ain't worth remembering your name, Noah's wife. And you know how I know this? Because I got an undamaged penis that the Lord looks upon favorably. My penis has given me grace in the eyes of the Lord.
Wait. Hold on. Stop the show. He has a undamaged penis that brings him favor?
Yes. Apparently in the Bible, in Deuteronomy, he who is wounded in his stones or have his privy member cut off shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. So God's big on damaged penises. Huh.
Is that what made Noah so special?
I don't know. Why don't we find out?
We probably should watch more and see what happens.
And I walk with the Lord. And yes, sometimes I do show him my penis. But still, I walk with God. And you're just a no penis having woman. Yeah, so
That's disgusting. I'm a person too, with feelings, and I have the right to be respected. Just because I'm not a man doesn't mean I should be treated like a second-class citizen. Your attitude is demeaning and harmful. You're not better than me just because you have a penis.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. My penis not only makes me better than you, it also makes me smarter too. But your no penis having brain wouldn't understand that. It's far too complicated for you to understand that God made man, and not women, in his image with a penis. And women, well, he still fucking hates you guys for tricking Adam with that fruit. If Eve had a penis, she would have known better to listen to a snake. Like, who the fuck listens to a snake? Oh yeah, stupid-headed, non-penis possessing women who are only good for one thing.
Oh yeah? What's that, Mr. Man?
Not having a penis. God, woman, are you listening? Figures a stupid penisless woman wouldn't understand that because they're just too stupid. Women not having the sense to be born with a penis only proves how stupid they are.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. That makes absolutely no sense. Were you deprived of oxygen at birth, or did you just eat all the stupid cookies?
Whatever you say, Noah's jealous wife of his penis.
Ah, I am not jealous of your penis. That God, he's a bad influence on you. He has made you into this complete, intolerable, sexist asshole who says and does awful things just because he thinks he's got a relationship with the Almighty. Does everyone that follows that God behave like you? Noah, I forbid you hanging out and worshiping that God. He's bad. Bad, bad, bad. That asshole's going to hurt a lot of people. I just don't want you to be one of them. This
is foreshadowing. Foreshadowing, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Classic example. Shut up! You can't tell me how to live my life. You're not the boss of me. You're not my dad. He is. Wow. Noah's a dick.
Yeah, I don't know if Noah is actually that great of a guy. Why was he acting like that? I mean, if he walks with God, wouldn't he treat his wife a little better?
Well, Trent, let's educate our audience, but God's a real sexist asshole in the Bible.
What?
Yes. Women are second-class citizens in the Bible. Like, take, for example, that men could have multiple wives and multiple prostitutes or concubines, but women can't. Women are blamed for the downfall of man. Women are, there's actually a numerical value put on women that is less than men were trading with slaves.
Mm-hmm.
We also, there's also, if a man rapes a woman, and he pays her father, she has to marry her rapist. And this isn't even in the Old Testament either. The sexism doesn't stop in the New Testament. Paul strictly forbids in second or First Timothy, where women are not to speak in the church, they are to learn in.
Actually, I've got that pulled up real quick.
Oh, please enlighten us.
Let the women learn in silence with all subjugation, but I suffer not women to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman, being deceived, was in transgression. So hence why God still fucking hates women.
In Ephesians, I've always found this concept really fucked up. Ephesians 5 states, wives, submit to yourselves unto your own husbands as the Lord, as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church. So think about that. Mm-hmm. They want men to be in the same position over women as Jesus is to the church. So what does the church do to Jesus? It worships Jesus. They want women to worship their man and be in submission. And you know what we say to that? Fuck that.
Yes.
Fuck
and
that.
You brought up a good point where you said that women have different values. Leviticus 12, 1 through 14. This is a good one. Women who this is talking about women after childbirth. Women who have sons are unclean for 7 days, but women who have daughters are unclean for 14 days.
Oh, what about when it talks about in, I think it's Leviticus, where it talks about women when they're on their menstrual cycle, they're unclean. And if you even touch a woman while she's having her period, forget it, pal, you're unclean too. So, fuck, we're going to have to do some bits about unclean shit. This is going to be fun because it's fucking ridiculous. Like, if you want to know how this shit is a con, how it's a grift, how it's bullshit, we pull to the fact that it's incredibly, incredibly, incredibly sexist. incredibly. We have an understanding in 2021 that women have the same. They're the same. They're not. We're not the same, but we're equals.
Exactly.
And a good relationship isn't a man over his wife. It's a partnership. God damn! Like a woman doesn't go from her fucking daddy wanting to marry another guy who's going to be his fucking daddy. And I think that's half the problem in a lot of these divorces. Just to be honest, just talking real talk. Just talking real talk here, Trent. Man, grow the fuck up. Start treating your women like equals and partners. Amen. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Anyways,
awesome.
Do we not have another part to this?
We did because it did a good job of explaining how Noah walked with God, because he was obviously, just obeying the tenets of the Bible that we just demonstrated by treating his wife poorly. But it still doesn't really explain why God chose Noah. Let's see a little bit more of this story.
Awesome.
I want to talk to you, Noah, about a plan I have.
Sure, Lord. What's your plan?
Before we get started, though, let's see that massive dog.
Again? Do I have to? This is like the fourth time this week.
Yes, Noah.
Why, Lord?
Because I work in mysterious ways, Noah. Now let's see that wiener.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Time to get down to business. Put that glorious gherkin away. It's far too distracting. Noah, I'm going to pour rain down on the entire earth until it is flooded. I'm going to bring my judgment down on this evil planet. In order for you to survive, I want you to build an ark.
Like that thing on Indiana Jones that melts the Nazis' faces off? Oh man, that thing is so cool.
No, you idiot. That's the Ark of the Covenant. That's something else. What I mean is, I want you to build a big-ass boat.
What's a big-ass boat?
A boat is a structure that can float on top of the water.
Oh, I see. Because in Bible times, no one has a boat or access to a flotation device. Otherwise, this float wouldn't kill everyone else but me and my family, and people could just survive on their own boats till it stopped raining. And that wouldn't make any sense. So obviously, my confusion from hearing about this wonderful new invention you just told me about just this very minute, no one had ever thought of before, a structure that could float on water so we could traverse the seas and oceans. What a great idea this boat is, that no one else has ever thought of and built before now. So, okay, I guess, no problem. Like, even though I'm like hundreds of years old, but yeah, I guess I'll do it. Like, couldn't you find anyone else younger to do all this work, Lord?
You and your immediate family are the only ones I'm saving, Noah. So no, I can't get anyone else younger to do it. Or else they would want to be saved too. And that is not happening.
What? We're the only ones that are being saved? The only ones? I can understand snuffing out assholes like Handsy Uncle Ted and that goddamn Chris at work. What an asshole. But still, there's still a lot of good people, Lord, you're going to kill. Lord, this is insanity. Why me, Lord? Why? What did I do? Why did you pick me? What makes me so special?
You want to know why I'm saving you. You have the audacity to ask me? You want the truth? I am not saving you and your family. I'm saving that glorious cock you have. You're just attached to it. That cock must be saved for as long as possible. And hopefully, its genetic traits will be passed down and a new race of man that have glorious dogs. I am fucking sick of seeing these small, damaged, ugly, awful penises attached to these ingrates. I fucking hate people. I hate them all. But god damn do I love a big old veiny shaft. And you are the only man that have acceptable genitals in my sight. You're gonna sail those seas there, Popeye, and shut your goddamn mouth. And stop bitching when I want to lovingly gaze upon your man meat.
Oh my God!
Come on, let me see that pork sword. Let me see that baloney pony. Whip out that love trench. Let me take a look at that Master John Goodfellow. Let me take a look at that fuck pole. Let me see that trouser snake. Pull out that ding-a-ling. I'm gonna have to see that custard launcher.
You really don't give a shit about humans or anything, do you? All you care about is penis. I mean nothing to you. Oh no.
That explains so much more.
I was not expecting that. I was blown away. Holy, M. Night Shyamalan's gonna steal that. Next summer is coming. Oh my God, it just makes sense. All this obsession about cocks with God and cutting them, and just like he just gotta have the perfect cock, doesn't he?
Yeah. But he still later decides that they're not perfect because he's got to cut off the tips of them. So
I know, boom.
He's
Mind
just never
blown.
never happy with them.
Oh.
So I hope that explains a lot. I mean, I feel that we're at a good point now. We have motivation. We know that Noah is going to build the ark, and I think we're ready to talk about some animals now. So
wait, hold on. Time out. Pump the fucking brakes, Trent. What do you mean? Animals on an ark. What the fuck is an ark? What are you talking about, an ark?
Did you not just watch the cartoon? Ark is a big ass boat. It clearly said what it was. I mean,
okay, but
we're ready to move on.
But it's a big. But what does that mean? Like, I don't understand. Trent, I don't understand.
Are we going to have to? Are we going to have to talk about the ark now?
Okay. Yes. I can't. Trent, I can't find out about the animals until I know about the damn ark.
Fine. Yes. We will talk about the ark.
Okay. Awesome. All right.
Next time. Next time.
What?
Next time. We're out of time. We got to. It's gonna be next week.
You're gonna make me wait a week to find out what the fucking ark is?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Trent? Why do you do this? Wait. You're still a tease.
I may
still
be.
Damn tease, Trent.
But
I know it's a no. Okay.
This has been faith not included.
No, a no is a no. No means no.
We're moving on to the outro. This has been faith not included. If you enjoyed what you saw tonight, and if you enjoyed this,
yes.
Oh, we know a lot about you. But if you did enjoy what you saw tonight, I'm sorry, Jimmy, you are our official co-host now. So maybe I should let you handle the outro. So go ahead.
About the thing?
Say the thing.
About the thing. Yeah. Trent has to go now because he has diarrhea from eating some food from the garbage. So he has to go now. That's why
that in confidence before the show started.
Yeah, but you still have to go really bad.
I do, but you're not supposed to bring that up on air. You could actually use a code word or something like that.
Oh, you want me to tell him about the other thing? Yeah, the thing.
I'm
the thing.
scared to ask.
The thing.
Other thing.
Yes, the thing.
That we practiced
actually have to
before the
go.
show.
We actually have to go because I have to change my underwear because something touched my foot and I thought it was a desk monster. And then I tinkled a bit and then I looked down and it was my other foot. And I've got to stop thinking that it's death monsters. But death monsters are a thing, Trent. They're a thing.
You're not showing your skeptical side.
They're a thing.
The other thing that we talked about.
Oh, please like and share. We're trying really hard. We're doing our best.
We're not.
We're bringing quality ha-has and he's. You're not going to get that anywhere else. Nowhere else on the YouTubes. So please tell your friends. Have a nice Thursday night with your friends, Jimmy and Trent. Trent and Jimmy, Jimmy and Trent. Happy friends to all around. Jimmy and Trent. Trent and Jimmy.
This is a part of the Atheist Network group. If you like the content you see on this channel, not just my show, but great shows with very smart people like Bryce from the
Very
Bryce
big
Right,
brains.
who I want to give a special shout out for coming and joining us this week, and all the other shows on Tang. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to see more great content, and from myself, Skids the Clown, from Producer Wes, and co-host Jimmy Loom,
the Reverend Brother Heathen.
We'll see you next time.